Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana completes 6 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it's a game changer. Meghalaya government says it won't tolerate violence against police personnel working to ensure uninterrupted supply chain. Supreme Court upholds UGC decision to hold final year exams by September 30th, asks states to follow UGC guidelines. Spike in COVID cases in Northeast. A recovery rate on the rise in the country. Meghalaya government to support the setting up of plasma bank. And External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar terms terrorism a cancer, calls for comprehensive convention against the menace. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hansraj, and now the details. In national news first, central government's flagship financial inclusion program Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana PMJDY has completed 6 years today. The scheme was launched on the 28th of August 2014 with an aim to provide universal access to banking facilities to the people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana initiative has been a game changer and serving as the foundation for many poverty alleviation initiatives benefiting crores of people. In a series of tweets, Modi said 6 years ago the PMJDY was launched with an ambitious aim of banking the unbanked. Modi said a high proportion of beneficiaries are from rural areas and are women. On the other hand, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the scheme has been the foundation stone for the Modi government's people-centric economic initiatives. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said over 63% of the account holders are from rural areas. Moving on to the Northeast now, the Arunachal Pradesh Assembly has passed a resolution to bring the state under the ambit of 6th schedule of the Constitution, besides amending Article 371H by including provisions to safeguard tribes of the state. The resolution, which was moved by Legislative Affairs Minister Bamang Felix, was passed by voice vote following a marathon discussion in the House. Participating in the discussion, Chief Minister Pema Khandu said it is a historic resolution moved by the state government. Stating that it is a long-time exercise, the Chief Minister appealed to everyone for the cooperation as and when required. In his reply to a question on the Assam-Arunachal boundary issue, the Chief Minister said his government will soon initiate talks to resolve the boundary dispute with the neighbouring state. The Assembly session was held for only one day on Thursday in view of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. In Meghalaya, Home Minister Lakman Rimbui has made it clear that the state government will not allow acts of violence to recur, especially in the current COVID-19 scenario when everybody is trying to adjust to the new normal. His statement on Thursday came as a reaction to the recent attack on police personnel at Molindip in Riboi. The police personnel were escorting Assam trucks transporting vegetables from the vegetable collection center at Lome. He said the attack left 2 personnel injured who had to be hospitalized. 3 others sustained minor injuries. Informing that the case has been registered, the minister said East Khasi Hills District Police and the Riboi District Police are working in close coordination to nab the culprits.
The culprit, the law will catch him, if not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So this type of thing we will not allow to happen. We from the government of Meghalaya, the police will do their duty to see that these things should not happen, and if
in Assam, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today called upon newly appointed teachers to educate students and prepare them in a manner so that they can successfully navigate themselves in a fiercely competitive environment. Distributing appointment letters to newly recruited lower and upper primary teachers at a function at Hongkordev Kalakshetra, Guwahati, Sonowal said education strengthens the society and the nation. In his speech, Education Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma said 5,000 more TET teachers will be recruited in the next month, which will be in addition to more than 1,50,000 TET teachers already recruited. Altogether, 5,300 new recruits were presented appointment letters at today's function.
Rajya Sarkar সমূহে নিজৰ দায়িত্ব পালন কৰাৰ নমুনা দাঙি ধৰিছে। তাৰ 4খন ৰাজ্যৰ ভিতৰত অন্যতম হৈছে অসম ৰাজ্য। আপোনালোকে সকলো ইয়াৰ অংশীদাৰ আৰু ইয়াৰ বাবে মই আমাৰ স্বাস্থ্য বিভাগৰ মন্ত্ৰী ডক্টৰ হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মা ডাঙৰীয়া আৰু তেখেতৰ অধীনত কাম কৰা প্ৰতিগৰাকী বিষয়া কৰ্মচাৰী আৰু ৰাজ্যিক মন্ত্ৰী পীযুষ হাজৰিকা সকলোৱে এই ক্ষেত্ৰত যি দৃঢ়তাৰে 24 ঘণ্টাই পৰিশ্ৰম কৰি ৰাইজৰ মাজত সতৰ্কতা সজাগতা বৃদ্ধি কৰাৰ মানসিকতাৰ পদক্ষেপ গ্ৰহণ কৰিলে আৰু সমান্তৰালভাৱে স্বাস্থ্য বিভাগৰ লগত জড়িত থকা ডাক্তৰ নাৰ্ছ আশাকৰ্মী MPW লেবৰেটৰী টেকনিচিয়ান সাফাই কৰ্মী এম্বুলেন্সৰ চালকসকল স্বাস্থ্য বিভাগৰ সৈতে জড়িত সকলো বিষয়া কৰ্মচাৰী আৰক্ষী বাহিনী শক্তি বিভাগ পৰিবহণ বিভাগ ফায়াৰ ব্ৰিগেড ফুড এণ্ড চিভিল সাপ্লাই এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ অৰ্থাৎ এইটো
40,000 শিক্ষক নিযুক্তিৰ লগত বহুত নাম আৰম্ভ হ'ল অপাৰেশ্যন ব্ল্যাকবোৰ্ড বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ নাম আৰম্ভ হ'ল আৰু লাহে লাহে আমাৰ তলৰ শিক্ষা বিভাগৰ বিষয়াসকলে বুজি উঠিলে যে ছাৰ সকলে যদি নিযুক্তি দিব পাৰে আমি কিয় নিযুক্তি দিব
The Supreme Court today upheld the July 6th circular of the University Grants Commission UGC to hold university final year exams by the 30th of September in its verdict on the pleas challenging the decision of the UGC asking universities and colleges to conduct final year exams amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The verdict was pronounced by a bench headed by Justice Ashok Bhushan. The Supreme Court said states can postpone final year exams under the Disaster Management Act, but fresh dates have to be fixed in consultation with the UGC. States are required to hold final year exams as per UGC guidelines, and for any exemption they will have to seek permission. The bench had reserved its verdict on the issue on the 18th of August. The UGC had told the top court that states cannot take the decision to confer degrees without holding the examinations. The number of corona-positive patients in Arunachal Pradesh rose to 3,633, among whom 2,621 people have recovered and 5 people have lost their lives. In Manipur, the number rose to 5,725, of whom 3,957 have recovered and 25 have fallen to the disease. In Meghalaya, the number rose to 2,202, of whom 906 have recovered. Mizoram counted a total of 974 corona-positive cases, among whom 500 have recovered. Nagaland counted a total number of 3,784 with 2,735 recoveries, whereas 1,542 people were positive in Sikkim with 1,151 recoveries. In Tripura, 10,414 people were found positive with 6,839 recoveries. The Meghalaya government is not keen on setting up its own plasma bank, but is willing to extend all support to Negrims, which is working to come up with one, informed Health Minister A.L. Heck. He informed that the state does not deem a plasma bank necessary at the present juncture. He, however, made it clear that the government will provide all the required help to Negrims to make its plasma bank functional. Negrims authorities, on the other hand, have hit a roadblock as engineers from Guwahati have not been able to come to the state to carry out the installation process.
Examine this. Until now, government of Meghalaya is not intending to implement at present. Maybe this may be required in future.
In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma in a tweet said the total number of active COVID-19 patients in the state now stands at 21,564, whereas 76,962 patients have been discharged so far. In the last 24 hours of 35,395 tested samples, 2,036 samples were positive. The positivity rate has reached 5.75%. The death toll has gone up to 278. Union government today said that the country's recovery rate among the COVID-19 patients has reached 76.24%. Around 60,177 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours. Union Health Ministry said the constantly increasing recoveries have ensured that the actual caseload of the country has reduced and currently comprises only 21.93% of the total positive cases. It said effective implementation of strategic and graded test, track and treat approach has led to higher recoveries and lower fatality. Currently, India's case fatality rate is at 1.83%. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, during the last 24 hours, more than 9 lakh tests were conducted. The total number of samples tested so far has reached over 3 crore 94 lakhs. The novel coronavirus has affected 2 crore 46 lakh 52,652 people across the globe till date. The death toll rose to 8 lakh 36,065 and 1 crore 71 lakh 10,370 people have recovered till date. USA counted a total case of 60 lakh 48,317. Brazil followed next with a total of 37 lakh 64,493 COVID-19 cases, and Russia had 9 lakh 80,405 cases. In Assam, the central government flood assessment team on the third day of its day visited Lakhimpur today. Divided into 3 groups, one group of the team visited the Upper Assam district. Later in the day, the team went to Majuli for an on-the-spot feel of the flood damage there. Another group visited the Lower Assam district of Borpeta. In Lakhimpur, the team members visited the Joyhing Bridge Point on the Lakhimpur Revenue Circle and Hekaraja erosion-affected site under Kodam Revenue Circle and interacted with members of the public.
हो गया है, लेकिन उन लोग अभी भी घर नहीं है, वारी नहीं है, तो उन लोगों का क्या होगा?
देखिए, ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की जो लाइन डिपार्टमेंट है या स्टेट की डिस्ट्रिक्ट डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट अथॉरिटी, फिर उसके स्टेट
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said there is a lack of comprehensive convention on terrorism. Speaking at the 19th Darbari Seth Memorial Lecture organized by the Energy and Resource Institute today, Dr. Jaishankar said terrorism is a cancer that affects everyone just as pandemics potentially impact all humanity. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres delivered the 19th Darbari Seth Memorial Lecture organized by TERI, a global think tank. The think tank is focusing on a broad range of sustainable development and climate-related issues. The Union government has permitted the airlines to serve pre-packed snacks, meals and beverages on domestic flights and hot meals on international flights. Aviation Regulator, Director General of Civil Aviation, has informed that any passenger who refuses to wear a face mask in a flight can be put up on the no-fly list by the airline. Government has amended the standard operating procedure for both domestic and international flight operations. It said that only single-use disposable trays, plates and cutlery should be used while serving food or beverages in both domestic and international flights. And to end the news, the headlines once again. Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana completes 6 years. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it's a game changer. Meghalaya government says it won't tolerate violence against police personnel working to ensure uninterrupted supply chain. Supreme Court upholds UGC decision to hold final year exams by September 30th. Asks states to follow UGC guidelines. Spike in COVID cases in Northeast, a recovery rate on the rise in the country. Meghalaya government to support setting up of plasma bank. And External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar terms terrorism a cancer, calls for comprehensive convention against the menace. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.